wonder if bad weather and all the internet stuff we rely on, it might be.
Well, last time we lost, I guess it was sometime last week we lost internet when you had to do that whole radar thing. It's because everything in this building is IP based.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Including the lights.
Yeah, all right, it all goes through that central processor. Say what? Let me know when you get there. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, good early afternoon. It is a mean, nasty line of thunderstorms coming through here. I'm looking out the window right now. It is as dark as I have seen it during the middle of the day in a long, long time. Just had a big crash of thunder out here. We're in the Galleria area. A little earlier, I heard a transformer blow. I don't know if it reset itself, but and a chunk of the area, I did see that, right? So we just lost some power out here in the Galleria area as this line is coming through. Bottom line is, we're going to get wind strong enough to knock a lot of power out as we go through the next hour or two across Harris and surrounding counties. And here's why. The radar has measured wind velocities just above the surface here in many spots on that line at better than 50 miles an hour. I had a measurement here near Danbury a moment ago of 56 miles an hour. And go ahead and we'll move up the line. I'll show you another spot. This is closer to Harris County. Here's Fort Bend County, Missouri City, right near you. Had another gate-to-gate shear of 56 miles an hour. That usually indicates a surface wind of about 50 miles an hour, and that's why the power is going out in places across the area. That's sweeping into Bel Air, Sunnyside, and downtown in the Med Center. So, I mean, here it comes. It's racing on in, and so we will have wind gusts strong enough to knock power out and do some damage out here and knock a few tree limbs down as well. Let me show you another shot of the radar. We'll zoom out, and there it is. Man, this thing cranked back up. It was really bad around sunrise toward San Antonio. It weakened a little bit coming toward us, and now it has really strengthened. And we've been talking about the shape of that line. That's a bow. It's called a bow echo. That is a meteorological term. When we see that feature, that bend in the line of storms, it basically means you've got very strong surface winds, almost like the arrow in a bow and arrow, sweeping across ahead of that line of storms. And so that's coming through Houston and offshore. I'm sure winds out here over the oil rigs are gusting above 60 miles an hour over that open water out right now. And I know y'all watch us out there, so be safe out there on the rigs this evening. Let's go to another radar view. Closer in, again, here's the leading edge of that line of storms that we just looked at. I showed you radar has estimated winds just above the surface along the leading edge of that line of better than 50 miles an hour. We're getting wind gusts to 50 and above. Again, I'm looking out the window because I can hear the thunder and the wind is just roaring outside. Again, we're standing here at our KHU11 studios in the Galleria area right now. But this thing stretches from College Station to Brenham to Tomball, Springs, Cypress, Katy, Pearland, Friendswood. It's just knocking on your door, South Houston, across Brazoria County, about to move into Galveston County. So, you know, Santa Fe, Hitchcock, Lamarck, Texas City, it's coming quick. Any loose items you have outside right now, move them in, because again, winds are gusting at times to 50 miles an hour or above. Let's go to another radar view. And the yellow boxes are severe thunderstorm warnings, and yes, we are all under a severe thunderstorm warning if you're in that line of storms. Galveston, take cover right now. Get off the beach. If you can get umbrellas, chairs, anything that can be blown around, get it inland and under cover in a shed or something, because this line of storms coming up through Bay Harbor, just crossing over Sabine Pass, crossing over onto the west side of Galveston Island. Yeah, Sabine Pass. We're going to see wind gusts there above 50 to 60 miles an hour. There you are, Santa Fe, leading edge there. And I know you've got questions. Anybody chime in?
Yeah,
go ahead, Ron. Ron,
Katy.
yeah.
Lydia says, big boom, now no lights in Katy.
Yeah, we were hoping that this line would stay a little bit weaker. It has not. It has strengthened, so it does not surprise me at all that the power has been knocked out in parts of Katy. And I can tell you right now, it's been knocked out in parts of the Galleria area where I'm standing right now. Ron. They've probably been flickering a little bit, and yeah, there'll be pockets of power going out and pockets.
Thunder and rain at Hillcroft and Westheimer.
Hillcroft and Westheimer. That's looking out the window right at it right now. Let's go to another radar view. So here we are into Houston, Harris County, and so the leading edge of that line of thunderstorms just about to reach downtown. So Bel Air, Meyerland, you're getting it. Sugar Land, you've had the worst of it. It's now blown through. But Jersey Village, just getting it now. That goes up to Coles Crossing, up 290, up to Black Horse Ranch, up into Waller, the thunderstorm line there. And again, anywhere along that line, you've got the potential for wind gusts to 30, 40, 50 miles an hour, or maybe even above that, and that's knocking power out in some spots. At Atascocita, you're getting some thunder, but that's not the main line of storms. That's still back here, waiting to come across and up into your direction. Ron?
Cypress getting hit hard now.
Yeah, Cypress. Well, here you are, Cypress. There it is, Klein, Cypress. Everybody out there at Meyer Park, I hope you're taking cover because that is dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning, and you need to be inside and stay inside with lightning like that. I think I've got another radar view to go to. Yeah, we'll zoom in up here. Cypress area, Klein area. There's Tomball, there's Klein, there's Cypress. This is the 99 connector right here. When you're just getting lambasted with rain and lightning and thunder and wind, and you're inside, stay where you are. If you're inside your car and watching us on your laptop or your device, stay inside your car. It's, in general, a safe place to be from lightning inside your car, because if lightning hits your car, it's electricity and it goes through the metal skin of your car and then jumps to the ground. It's not the rubber tires that protect you from lightning in a car, it's the metal skin of the car. The lightning is electricity, and again, will flow through that metal skin and then jump to the ground. So if you're in your car watching us on your device, stay there. Keep your hands and everything kind of away from the sides, the doors, and just ride it out in there, and generally you're safe. We are not seeing tornadoes, or at least we haven't so far. I don't want to jinx it.
Well, somebody from, we can't confirm.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
Danbury, Ganado area had a twister. Jackson Electric reported it on their Facebook page.
Okay, so Danbury saying they may have had a tornado there, unconfirmed. It wouldn't surprise me. You know, with these lines of storms like this, and you know what, if you want to hit the back bar a couple of times, with these lines of storms, that's a good one. You'll get right along the leading edge of that, what's called a line echo wave pattern. You'll get sometimes little spin-ups, and it'll be a little, EF0 tornado, winds real quickly to 80 miles an hour. They'll do some damage. They'll do some power damage there in Ganado, and then they'll go away just as quickly as they come. And in fact, we're all under a severe thunderstorm warning. That includes a slight risk for a tornado, even though it's not technically a tornado warning. So, we've all been warned. It's coming through. And this is interesting. It cranked back up, and it's coming in about as hard as we had expected. We thought Saturday might be kind of a break with a few showers. We ended up with almost nothing yesterday. And now we're getting it all today. It's either feast or famine with the weather in southeast Texas, and we're having a feast right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking about tornadoes. That's
yeah.
number one question.
Yeah, it's not tornadic. This is not the type of radar echo pattern that gives us big tornado outbreaks. This is the type that gives us the straight line wind, and that is simply because you can see how this is bent. Well, it's bent because you've got at the surface very strong winds shoving the middle of that line out, and it looks like a bow and arrow. There's the bow, there's the arrow. We call that a bow echo. That is a meteorological term in the textbooks. And a bow echo like this will produce wind gusts 40, 50, 60 miles an hour. I've seen them worse. This is a pretty good one. We're going to have scattered power outages with this. Yeah.
Katie just said it went by fast.
Yeah.
Katie, and it went by fast.
Yeah, and that's the key, because like our rain total forecasts have only been 1 to 2 inches. If this were to slow down, we would have a serious flooding problem, but we're not going to have that because it's moving so fast, and because it's got that shape, it's got that bow shape. This is not slowing down. That is just going to race right on through here. It's moving northeast at about 40, 45 miles an hour. So it's not a flooding problem. It is going to be a scattered power outage and scattered wind damage problem. I'm sure there's some minor ponding on some of the roadways, but not any huge problems. Let's go forward a couple of frames, and let's get to how this is going to play out with Future Track. Again, okay, so first of all, real quickly, we talked about this, 2 to 4 inches of rain, wind gusts 30 to 40, some 50-mile-an-hour gusts. We've had those. Hail, and again, isolated tornadoes possible, but not likely. future track is next, and here we are at 11 o'clock with the rain moving in. We go forward in time, 1 o'clock, widespread scatter. But, you know, this is linear. So again, this is a computer model. It's a computer model. It's not perfect. We see what's happening. This, instead of being so scattered about, is actually a very rather thin line of severe storms pushing through. And in general, we go forward in time, you can see how the line will move on through to the north and east. Livingston, Beaumont, Liberty, Winnie, Anahuac, Mont Belvieu, Crystal Beach. It'll be past Galveston by 2:30. And then after that, it races east and continues on. And they'll have the roof closed as the Astros game begins here in a little bit, that's for sure. Fans may be a bit soaking wet who are going to the game. But by the time the game comes to an end, the rain should have come to an end. So you can tell your friends you can walk home and go have dinner around town after the game, after the baseball game. And rain total forecast just hasn't changed. It keeps coming up about the same. 1 to 2 inches of rain. What you said, Ron, people in Cada reporting, it just blows through so quickly.
And we also have somebody from Sugar Land saying they had small hail in Sugar Land.
So Sugar Land reports of small hail, probably pea to dime size. That we'll see. That will be what most of the hail will be, pea to dime size. These line echo wave patterns don't put out the big hailstones. Those are put up by supercells. Those are those individual little tight cells that we really don't often get here, thank goodness. But so yeah, it looks like pea to dime is probably the worst of the hail that we will see. Rain totals won't be too big and bad. And in fact, to your point, Ron, how quickly it's moving through. You see how light it's getting outside now? So the worst of it is now through at least our part of the Galleria area. Okay, great hail reports, great reports from the people on the ground, how quickly it moves through on Facebook. Thank you, Facebook friends. That stuff helps. It really helps. You know, we look at this stuff on radar, but to have you out there in the audience telling us how quickly it's moved through, what the size of the hail is, if your lights are flickering, what the wind is like, it really helps us tell the story so everybody knows what to expect. So once again, wind gusts with this as it moves through, and go ahead and back up a couple of frames to the wide radar view. Wind gusts 30, 40, maybe 50 miles an hour. Scattered power outages are to be expected. A lot of dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning. Stay in your car if you're on your device. Stay in your home. Let it blow through. Does not look like a big tornado threat, but it's possible at any moment you could have a little bit of spin up of a tornado right on that leading edge. So who's next? Now it's going to be East Harris County. So Atascocita, Humble, Spring, Lake Houston, Pasadena, Baytown. You're just really a few minutes away from getting into that heavy rain and thunder. Let me change the color of that. Yeah, red's better. So here you go. Pasadena, Humble, Atascocita, Baytown, Bay City. All you guys on the east side of Harris County, get ready for this brief, hard hit of weather. Batten down the hatches and then let it blow through, and then you can go on out. The stuff on the backside is just light rain. It's about 15, 20 minutes of bad stuff, and then it blows through. Conroe, it's just about to come into you. Actually, there's a little bit of cell merger going on there near Conroe over Montgomery in Montgomery County. That's where we could see some very strong lightning, thunder, heavy rain, and maybe some larger hail right there. Montgomery County, wouldn't surprise me if we had at least some nickel to quarter size hail out of that stuff right there in Montgomery County. Up 249 going into Montgomery and Montgomery County. Highway 105 west of Conroe, that as well. Galveston, you're about to get rocked. I'm not kidding. Get everything in. Texas City, San Leon, Lamarck, Hitchcock, you guys, Tiki Island. And right up the beach. That is mean stuff. Jamaica Beach, Indian Beach. Get everything in because the winds are going to gust 40 to 50 along the coast there. It's always a little bit stronger along the coast because there's just not as much structure to give friction and slow the wind down.
Somebody on Facebook saying flooding started on Gessner Road between Southwest Freeway and West Park.
So a little flooding, Gessner, Southwest Freeway at West Park. So I bet you that won't last long. But it doesn't surprise me because this rain, like the rainfall rates out of this is like 2 inches per hour rainfall rate. But it only lasts about 15 minutes. But that will briefly overwhelm the drainage. Yeah, Clay, what do you got? You need me?
We're hearing tornado warning possible for Chambers.
You're getting a tornado warning?
Yeah, so we need to get on TV.
Yeah, let me just you know what, you can just leave that up for a second. Let me just jump in here and see if they've put that up yet. And we can go jump on the TV side. So again, we're getting a report here of a possible tornado. Okay, let's see. You guys can just keep watching here. Yep, they've popped it in here. So it's East Harris County, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the radar for you guys, and we're going to scope this. So I'm going to turn the lightning off so we can see this a little bit better. So I'm going to scope it. So this is the Doppler part of Doppler radar. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we got a little twist right in here. We're going to zoom in on it here. You see it? I'm gonna highlight it for you. So here's your twist. There's your little tornado signature. So again, this is a radar indicated tornado right over Pasadena. So Pasadena, guys, you want to take cover. Interior room of your home, away from windows. The biggest threat with these weak little line echo wave pattern tornadoes is that they can break glass, and then that's what can injure you. This is not the type of thing that's going to rip a house off its foundation. This is most likely a very small tornado, if at all. A lot of times we get these little indications. You see the bright colors right here and the cooler colors right here. So that's the radar seeing raindrops moving toward and away from the radar site, and that's how we know we've got a rotation right in there. So Pasadena, that's going to cross over 225 here right about now. Channelview, you'll be in the path of that system as well. So Channelview, take cover right now, interior room of your home, away from windows, on the first floor of your home or business. And hopefully this won't do much damage, and hopefully it's not anything that's actually going to touch the ground, but that's the way that it stands right now. Hey guys, are we going to jump on the TV side? You guys want to jump on? Okay, look, we're gonna let you go right here. Follow us over to the television side on channel 11, KHO 11 on the TV side. We're going to jump on there and give the update for this tornado warning so everybody can see it. We'll be up there in just a moment. Okay.
David, he's going to take you here.
Oh, TV?
Yeah, he's going to take you here.
With what?
I guess it's brought straight into
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what he told me.
That's great. Channelview
Let me
highlights.
just make sure we switched over.
Save as a new. Oh no, I turned it off.
It should be clean.
It's on and it's clean. Thank you. So I'll hear the producer now. Thank you. I can. I'm hearing myself. All right, good afternoon, folks. Well, we do have a tornado warning that's been issued for Southeast Harris County. This one developed near Pasadena, and now it's right sitting on I-10 and the east side of the Beltway. It's all part of this line of thunderstorms racing through. It's that bow echo. We've got some straight line winds of 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. And let's go ahead and zoom into that next radar view. And so here's our tornado warning. That's the pink box. And you see the hot colors. What I'm doing is I'm looking inside the storm using the Doppler part of Doppler radar. I can see the motion of the raindrops, whether they're moving toward or away from the radar site. So the radar site's down here, Leak City. The red, the raindrops are moving to the northwest. The lighter colors, they're moving toward the southeast. So we've got a rotation here. And you see where those bright colors are coming together. That's our little signature, our little tornado indicator that we've got rotation. And so this is a radar indicated tornado. It's possible we could have a tornado here. The storm is rotating. There's Pasadena. So the storm has just moved past Pasadena. Okay, here's 225. Here is the east side of Beltway 8. So right in here, Channelview, you know, right here where you've got I-10 and Beltway 8 crossing there. So just let me know if we get back on. Ron, do you see our air? Okay, we're back. Well, I mean, we just had one of those power hits here, viewers. Thanks for staying with us. So if that needs to be started up, Ron, go ahead and start it up. So once again, it's a situation where we've got a tornado warning in effect for the east side of Harris County, Channelview area. Channelview, we've got rotation in a storm. If you can hear me, go ahead and take shelter in the interior room of your home, away from windows on the first floor. If this is producing a tornado, it's a small one, but they can have winds of 80, 90 miles an hour. They can break glass, they can knock fences down, and they can cause all kinds of trouble if you're near the glass. So interior room is like a closet, a small bathroom. Even if it's a bathroom that has a very, very small window, you know, that's better than being around a whole lot of windows. So that's the situation here. I'm going to try to restart this monitor, guys. So again, it's East Harris County with a tornado warning in effect. That's going to be in effect for the next 15, 20 minutes. Rotation near the Channelview area. And again, I apologize for the darkness behind me. We took a power hit. We took one of these lightning bolts here at our television studio, and so everything's rebooting right now, like the same thing that would happen in your home if you take a power hit from a lightning bolt. Things are just starting to come back up here. I can see. Is there any way we can move to that camera over there? Oh, here we go. All right, we're back up. All right. So here's what we're looking at. Radar indicated tornado, possible tornado, east side of Harris County. I had drawn the little rotation in here. It is now here, right over Channelview. So if you're in the Channelview area, I-10 east side, just near Beltway 8 or east of Beltway 8, there's a possible tornado right there. It's moving very rapidly northeast toward the Highlands. If you're in the Highlands, you should take cover right now on the lowest floor of your home, interior room, away from windows. It's broken glass and flying debris that's dangerous in these types of situations. Our radar indicated tornado, we're looking at it, that bright red color right there, and where it meets the colors means we've got a rotation right in here. It was first right over the East End Houston Parkway, and now it's moved a little bit up to the north and east. And the Channelview area, you guys need to take cover for a possible tornado, and then the Highlands as well. Cody, I need to update the radar. So I'm going to update this so everybody at home can get a better view of this possible tornado. And again, this is the Doppler part of Doppler radar. This is the part that looks inside and see the rotation of the storm. So we will reset this, and let's see if we still have this rotation here. Yeah, right over Channelview. You can see it real clearly. Very bright colors right here. So that's where our possible tornado is. So if you're in the Highlands, you guys need to take cover immediately. Barrett as well, Cody, all these neighborhoods here just to the north and east rotation. Cody, Highlands, Barrett, folks along Highway 90 near Barrett, take cover. This possible tornado indicated on the radar east at about, okay, it looks like that's a new tornado warning. Okay, so we may have two of them going here. This storm again moving northeast, so Highlands, Barrett, folks on Highway 90 East Harris County, take cover from this possible tornado. And let me zoom out. We've got another one. Far northeast side here. This is for Montgomery County. Passing over Lake Conroe here pretty quickly. New tornado warning until 1:15. Magnolia, I see you there. Let's scope it. Yeah, there it is. Another one of these couplets. See where these red colors and green colors are coming together? That's your rotation right there. So folks near Montgomery, just on the west side of Highway 105, West Conroe, take cover. Interior room, first floor of your home, away from windows. And I want to get a closer view at this. So what's happening is this, the bow echo is kinking a little bit. Boy, the moment you think that we're not going to have too much of a tornado threat, there it is. Keenan in Montgomery County. That is you. That is your possible tornado right there. And let me just set your bearings here. So here's Highway 105 right in here. You know, there's Montgomery. The lake is right here. There's the lake. So folks in Bentwater, April Sound, you know, the Conroe area, Lake Conroe area, that is heading in your direction right now. And again, here, well, you can really clearly see this. Here's your rotation right here, right over Keenan. So just north of Magnolia, east of Todd Mission. This will be crossing over Highway 105 momentarily. So this is going to skirt right between Montgomery, the town of Montgomery, and the town of Conroe. It's going to go over the north side of Lake Conroe, it looks like. So you are definitely going to want to take cover, folks in Bentwater, April Sound. I'm going to get a closer view of that here. Let me clear this out. This is all part of this big line of storms. And there's a lot of lightning with this. I've turned the lightning off so you can see. But here's the big picture. I'll put this in motion for you. Racing from the southwest to northeast at about 45 miles an hour. I'll briefly put the lightning on, but there's so much of it, it obscures the two tornado warnings. So the lightning is thick. You need to stay inside your home and just let this blow through. So a tornado warning in eastern Harris County in your Channelview until 1 o'clock. Tornado warning in Montgomery County, just east of Montgomery until 1:15. And what I'm going to do again is pause this and and zoom in and get a real close view of where these little spinners are. Let's start up here in Montgomery County. This is the new one. So there's Conroe. We'll scope it. Keenan right on top of you, Keenan. Little town of Keenan. You guys take cover, first floor, interior room of your home. That one is going to, if it holds together, right over Highway 105, right over Lake Conroe, and then this may pass right by Willis as it goes across I-45. This is the direction of the storm. It's heading northeast at about 40 miles an hour. So there's your Montgomery possible tornado. I don't have any reports of any tornado on the ground. These are all radar indicated possible tornadoes. And they've let this one expire. That's good. Let's scope it and let's just see. Well, we've still got a decent little, they may be about to reissue one here just east of Cloverleaf. I would stay under cover. First floor away from windows, Cloverleaf, Barrett. That storm is going to is racing northeast at about 40-45 miles an hour. So basically just south of Highway 90 through northeast Harris County. Again, they've allowed that tornado warning to drop, but I bet you they're going to reissue it because that still looks like it's got a little rotation to it. Let's go back up to Montgomery County. Everybody in Houston under this severe thunderstorm warning. We've had a lot of power outages, wind gusts to 50 indicated by radar. And then here's Montgomery County with our, again, possible tornado. We haven't seen this on the ground. This is a possible tornado indicated by radar. What does that mean? It means this right here. This is what the folks at the Weather Service are seeing. The bright colors and then the green colors right next to each other. That's where the rotation indicated by radar, and we see something that's strong, we're like, yeah, that's definitely a possible tornado, so the tornado warnings are issued. Quite often these will produce funnel clouds that they may touch ground or they may skirt the treetops, give a little treetop damage. And hopefully that will be the worst of it here in Montgomery County. But folks along Lake Conroe, boy, if you got anybody out on Lake Conroe near the marinas or out on a boat, you need to text them and tell them to get in and take cover, because over open water, this type of thing can be very, very dangerous and make for very dangerous boating, even over something, a smaller body of water as Lake Conroe. So all the neighborhoods up there across the 1093 bridge, make sure you are taking cover. That's you, Bentwater. That's you, April Sound. That's you, Walden. Everybody on Lake Conroe, just get indoors, get away from the windows, and let this one blow through and hopefully weaken. I do want to take another look back and see if we have reissued the one that was for Eastern Harris County. Nope, they have not. So radar experts at the Weather Service at the moment have decided that that is not a strong enough couplet. But I'll tell you what I do see with this, right near McNair. Let's see what the radar winds are. All right, 34 miles an hour, not too terribly bad. Earlier we had gusts to near 60. Let me pick another spot and measure it again. You see the radar sweep just updating it live. Yeah, okay, so there's a radar estimated wind of 70 miles an hour. And so folks in eastern and northeast Harris County, if you've got a 70-mile-an-hour wind estimated about 100, 150 feet above the surface, that's going to be at least 50 miles an hour down at the surface. This is going to cause power outages. And let me clear this stuff out and we'll get a closer look at where these likely power outages are going to take place. Highlands, Barrett, and then folks in Chambers County near Highway 146, right in here, you were getting wind gusts here to 50 or 60 mile an hour wind gusts. We've got 50 mile an hour winds, Highlands to Barrett to Crosby. And now let's see how we're doing with our tornado warning in Montgomery County. And let's scope it. So again, Montgomery County, your tornado warning continues. However, I can tell you what, that is a much weaker couplet. Much weaker. I'm very happy to see this. So whatever's up here is weakening, and I expect that tornado warning is going to be allowed to expire very soon. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Let me give you the big picture here. We'll put this in motion. It looks like things are settling down with these two for the moment. That's the line of storms. The one in East Harris County has been allowed to expire. That one's about to expire because it's just not rotating very strong. I would still take cover in Montgomery County, Highway 105, heading up to Williston across Lake Conroe. We're going to take a break. If we get a new updated warning, then we will break back into programming and let you know. We will also have another update shortly on all our digital platforms. So if you've got the app, you're watching us on your tablet, you're watching us on your laptop, we'll be back to update you on that in just a little bit. The thunderstorms. See how it's bowed out? That's a bow echo. And because of that, we've got very, very strong winds at the surface, 40, 50, 60 mile an hour winds that are just roaring through and causing some damage. Let me zoom in on a couple of spots real quick. Let's go to that first spot. So here's a closer view. The lightning is tremendous. It's now moved to the east side of Harris County. And so Baytown, you're getting pounded right now. Folks in Atascocita, north side of Lake Houston, up to Humble and Kingwood getting hit hard too. Conroe, Willis, Cut and Shoot as well. And then the west side of Galveston Bay, folks down here in Texas City, heavy thunderstorms have just raced through here. Galveston getting hit hard. Bolivar Peninsula, you're in line for that. And there's a line of storms out here in Liberty County that's also fairly strong as well. Next view. So a couple of things. We did end up with a couple of tornado warnings. I'm very happy to see. I was curious if this was going to happen. They've allowed the tornado warning in Montgomery County to expire. It looked like the circulation was weakening. We were looking at it on radar a little bit ago, and now that circulation indeed has weakened. So it's just a severe thunderstorm warning now for Montgomery, Willis, New Waverly, Conroe, the lake, April Sound, Walden, all you guys up on the lake, Bentwater, 1097 Bridge. We're watching you, but again, now it's just a strong thunderstorm. And there is lightning in here. I've turned off the lightning so we can see the cities and the roads a little bit more clearly because there's just so much lightning out there. Stay inside or inside your car. That's also it's not perfect, but it's a semi-safe place to be because the metal skin of the car, if lightning hits it, it's electricity. It'll go through that metal skin, jump to the ground, and it will keep you inside safe. In general, nothing's perfect with nature like that, but that's usually a safe place to be. So if you're watching us on a tablet or your phone in your car and you're waiting it out in the parking lot at the grocery store, to stay where you are, you're good. Next view. So the tornado warning has expired. Again, I scoped it. We had a rotation here. I no longer see the rotation here. It's just in general thunderstorms now. So that's why they've let that expire. That scope, by the way, is the Doppler part of Doppler radar. That's what allows us to look inside and see the rotation of the storm. None there. Good. Let's go to the next view. Down the line we go. Turn the lightning back on. So Atascocita, Barrett, there, Baytown, there you are, just getting hit hard. Moss Bluff, Liberty, that's racing in your direction. Anahuac, Mont Bellevue, racing to the north side of the bay as well. League City, you just finished coming through your neighborhood. Spring, Woodlands getting hit hard with heavy rain and thunder right now. Roman Forest, it's heading toward you. And then Liberty, Moss Hill, Winnie and High Island, you're all in the path of that line of storms. Next view. That's all racing off to the north and east. Galveston with heavy, strong winds and thunderstorms racing through, coming across the ferry there over to the Bolivar Peninsula, Bolivar Ferry. And look at that nastiness over Galveston Bay. That is a dangerous place to be. When weather like that's approaching or there's a chance of it, you want to stay off the water because over open water, that wind can really accelerate. Next view. And again, down to the coast, you can see the heavy lightning and thunder offshore here. And the beach is not a safe place to be. Once again, what was a tornado warning in Montgomery County has been allowed to expire, just a severe thunderstorm warning. So since that tornado warning has expired, what we're going to do is we're going to let you go here on the TV side. We will jump back in on the digital and social side here momentarily. So stay right with us. If we do get another tornado warning, we'll jump back on and include the TV side as well. Oh, okay, perfect. Good time to do it.